Welcome back. You're watching Investors Guide in ET Now. Thank you for staying with us. It's time for our tax section. We've brought in Suresh Surana to answer the questions you sent in on tax. Suresh, thank you so much for joining us. Interestingly enough, a lot of the questions we have are from NRIs this week. Kishore has written in. He tells us he just received a work transfer for the US. He's going to be living there and working there for the next 3 to 5 years. Kishore, I'm sure you're happy. Congratulations. He says he currently has SIPs and his home loan EMI going out of his residence savings account. He wants to know if he should change that to an NRI account or if there'll be any legal or tax implications if he doesn't do that right now. Suresh, what would you recommend he does?
Faye, in case of Mr. Kishore, he can continue to hold the SIP units. All that is required is that he has to intimate the depository about the change in his status. The second thing, as far as his home loan EMIs are concerned, also he can continue to pay. His bank account, once he becomes a non-resident, he will have to inform the bank to change it to non-resident ordinary account. And to that extent, the EMIs will then get charged to his NRO account on a regular basis. There is no really other prohibition or restriction on his continuing both the SIPs and the home loan.
Our next question is from Kirk Fonseca, who writes in. He tells us he's been paying taxes in India for the last 8 years. He now has an overseas job and he's going to move overseas. He wants to know if he is still going to need to file his returns in India every year and how should he be filing his returns?
Faye, in the case of Mr. Kirk, the obligation to file income tax return is applicable if his income in India exceeds rupees 2 lakhs, which is the minimum taxable limit, and that is before the deductions under Chapter 6A. For this purpose, whatever income he is earning outside India will not be included unless he remits it directly into India. The fact that he is having permanent account number is of no consequence. That does not mean that he has to file the return. So it is simply based on how much income does he have in India after becoming a non-resident.
We have a question from another NRI. Shekhar has written in. He tells us when he watched the show the last time, he realized that NRI fixed deposits are exempt from tax. He wants to know how that works. He also tells us that he's inherited property that now generates a rental income of 1.7 lakh rupees every year. He wants to know what sort of tax he's going to have to pay on that amount as well. Suresh, could you help him? Because he also wants to know how he's going to have to file those returns.
So, Faye, as far as Mr. Shekhar is concerned, whatever interest is earning on NRE and FCNR deposits, that is completely exempted and it is not even to be counted for the purpose of the rupees 2 lakh basic exemption for income tax return filing obligation. Any interest which is earning on NRO deposits has to be considered. As far as the income from house property is concerned, which is 1.7 lakhs, he will be able to get 30% as a deduction towards the maintenance and repairs. So what he really needs to consider is what is his income on account of the rent and what is his income on the NRO deposits. If both these put together exceed the threshold limit of rupees 2 lakhs, only then he will be required to file the income tax return.
Alright, so that's a wrap on the show. Suresh, thank you so much for answering our questions this week.
Thank you.
So if you have a question on gold, on tax or anything else to do with your money, feel free to write to us. Our email ID is at the bottom of your screen. Remember, we are very partial to women investors. You can also find a copy of this show on our Facebook page and you can reach me personally on Twitter. Thanks so much for watching.